Welcome back, friends. LostScarf here, and it's time for us to watch another MCU movie. And today we're going to watch Ant-Man, because that's the next one. It's the end of the Phase 3. Phase 2. Whoops. So the tag for this one, Jinx came out with, it's so good. Little man takes the high road. That is so good. You did not come up with all of them. What the hell? I came up with some. Alright, so it was 2015 this movie came out. 130 to 170 million as the budget. I think it's because of like advertising and all that stuff. It made 520 million. So as far as I know, most of the movies were over 500 million as far as making money goes. It's a good movie. I've seen it a bunch of times. I like the movie a lot. I really like the casting. Paul Rudd is an amazing actor, and he's great here. I just really like Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd is also one of the writers of the screenplay. There were 3 other writers. One of them was Edgar Wright. He was originally the one to direct the movie. My understanding from Jinx is that the movie was supposed to be its own thing, not an MCU thing. And they eventually ousted Paul Rudd. They eventually ousted Edgar Wright because it was just not going the way he wanted it to go and everything. Which is unfortunate because he spent like 10 years wanting to make this movie. That's too bad. It's like Ron Reynolds trying to make Deadpool, and then they have, I don't know, some other guy play Deadpool. They have Ryan Seacrest play Deadpool. There you go. I meant Chris Pine. They had Chris Pine play Deadpool. This is going off topic. So, Stan Lee cameo. Don't remember. Crap, I don't remember it. I don't remember the Stan Lee cameo. Oops. The villain, not so great. Like, he's like, the thing is, all villains are serviceable. They're not terrible, they're just serviceable. And there's another serviceable villain. Like, he's just super crazy, egomaniac, narcissist, which a lot of them are. But, it's this one, it's this one's. And he's just a little nuts, a little crazy. Little nuts. And the fight they have is pretty good. I like the fight they have. I like, because since they can be small, there's a lot of imagination with the fights in Ant-Man. And Ant-Man and the Wasp. Like, the next movie, there's so much imagination what they can do with size, which is what makes them so fun. Like, what I like is this is a heist movie. And that makes it so interesting to me is, like, they still have that skeleton work of, like, introductions, and there's a big fight at the end, all that stuff. The whole rise and fall that is always expected. But it's a heist movie. And it's a pretty fun heist movie. I like it a lot. And I like all the ant stuff. In another life, I probably would have been an entomologist, so I like all the ant things. It's just a fun movie. Is there anything else to say about this before we get going? I don't think so. Hank Pym is... I almost said Robert Downey Jr. Michael Douglas, there you go. Yeah, it is. Michael Douglas is just playing Michael Douglas, just like Tommy Lee Jones plays Tommy Lee Jones. But it's really good. Like, it's what it is. And Evangeline Lilly as their daughter, what's her name? She's not a... Yeah, that's Janet is the Wasp, right? This is where it gets weird, because Janet's the wife of Hank Pym in the original comics. But in this version, it's Ant-Man and Janet. Because Hank Pym's always... He's never Ant-Man. He's just always... What the hell is Hank Pym called again? What is Hank Pym's character? Oh my god. This was a hint for you to Google it, Jinx. Oh my god, what's his name? Whatever his name is. Like, it's... In the comics, it's Hank Pym and his wife, the Wasp, who is Janet Van Dyne. Is his daughter named Janet? And they made his wife a different name? I just don't remember her name. But Evangeline Lilly's pretty damn cool. I like Evangeline Lilly. She's got the stuff to be an action hero. But she's always a supporting action hero. Like, she's pretty cool in this. She's pretty cool in Ant-Man and the Wasp. She's really cool in The Hobbit. Like, she was like one of the better parts, I feel, because she was pretty badass in that. As a character that's not in the books, lady. Yeah, she's great. So, and also just supporting cast with Luis and T.I. and guy, I don't remember his name right now, the Baba Yaga guy. But Her name's Hope. There you go, Hope. Yeah, it would have been weird if they just made the like. Yeah, that would have been weird. So her name's Hope. How did we forget her name is Hope, for God's sakes? But anyway, it's gonna be fun to edit. We're gonna see the movie. It's gonna be fun. One of the problems is like we watch these movies at the end of the day, so it's a long day, and then we see these. So let's have fun watching this movie. See what you think, what I think, what Jinx thinks, what everybody thinks. Comments. That's what they're for. What you think? What is with this episode? All right, let's see the movie already. Let's see the movie already. Jesus. So, movie's over. It's really good. It's a great movie. I forgot the last shot of the movie was Luis. I forgot that was the last shot of the movie. Just him just looking kind of funny. He's like, we still got the camera on me. Okay. Still on me. And then that's it. And then the post-credit scene with the Wasp and the post-credit scene with Civil War. And people losing. It's like, oh my god, Civil War. Oh my god. It's like, I know a guy. And just people losing at that point. It's a very, very fun movie. Paul Rudd's an amazing actor. He's very fun. I like Evangeline Lilly. I like Michael Pena. They're all great. Everyone's really good in this. By the way, I'm pretty sure this is the first Mexican. This is the first Mexican in the MCU. Holy crap. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Now, as far as actors go, Zoe Saldana is Hispanic. So, Gamora is the first non-black colored person in the MCU in multiple ways, and that is Nebula. The random thing, they were in talks to make Gal Gadot Nebula, but she didn't go through with it, and then she ended up being Wonder Woman. So there you go with that. Very interesting. And then I asked, when did we get? How long until we got an Asian actor? And then Jinx pointed out Thor. I forgot the very, very, very Asian man in Thor. He made sure you knew he was Asian. He made very sure you knew he was Asian. Holy crap. But Ant-Man. Okay, so it's a fun movie. It's a very fun movie. It's a heist movie. I enjoyed it a lot. But the realization, because Edgar Wright's a writer on this thing, and Paul Rudd is, and there's two other people, and knowing how long it was for them working to get this movie made and everything, you can tell it had a bunch of work done on it, because there's all these little threads that are there, but they don't get fully realized. Like Hope. Also, did we mention her name was Hope in the first half of this? Okay, so with Hope, when she's got the ants going, and then she starts going a little crazy, and we see a bajillion ants. Like, that thread nothing ever comes of that thread. Like, we're like, okay, whoa, she's really strong with them, and then nothing comes of that in Wasp. Just little threads like that. There's all these things that you realize there are some parts that they're there, and then they just disappear. And even with that, the movie's just so entertaining, you don't notice that too much. It's just a very fun movie. It's a very enjoyable, very entertaining movie. And I like how the second movie builds on it so well. Like, the second movie's really fun and enjoyable as well. These are fun movies. They're very fun movies. And what's weird is there's a complaint that the Marvel movies are too fun. But how fun was Infinity War? Also, the next movie is going to be Civil War. Like, the last half hour of that movie is just serious. Like, they know when to not be funny. They know when to make jokes, when not to make jokes. My thing is, realizing now, all these years later, when at the end of the movie, that journalist is straight up mentioning Spider-Man. And I guess at that point, they had Spider-Man locked for Civil War, since they've been filming Civil War. So that was a hint. That was a clue. Spider-Man was coming, and nobody caught that. Like, I didn't see anything about that until, like, after Civil War. People were like, oh snap, they were mentioning that in Ant-Man. Because in that last scene, the reporter lady, she's like, we got a guy who swings, we got a guy who climbs up walls. It's like, she's saying Spider-Man. And no one caught that. The other thing nobody caught was Janet, the Wasp, when he's going subatomic. Well, people eventually caught that. They eventually saw that, but people didn't see it for the longest time. They didn't notice the Wasp was there. I know I didn't. I saw this movie multiple times before Ant-Man and the Wasp came out, and I never noticed it. multiple times, never saw it. And then after I hear, I'm like, oh yeah, there it is. I see it now. Very interesting when they had that setup already for the sequel. That was pretty good. It's just an entertaining movie, well acted, very funny, and I like it a lot. Okay, let's see here. Rankings. Let's get to the ranks. Oh yeah, Stan Lee cameo. Oh my god, at the end of the movie. Like, oh yeah, we have to do a Stan Lee cameo. That's basically what it was. That's what it was. Whoops. Rankings. Where's the ranking? There they are. Okay, so right now, hmm, 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 hmm. So I got Avengers 1, Guardians of the Galaxy, Winter Soldier, Avengers 2, Captain America, Iron Man 3, Thor, Thor 2, Incredible Hulk, and Iron Man 2. This is going to be blasphemy. This is going to be blasphemy. I put Ant-Man over Captain America 1. I really enjoyed that movie. I really enjoy this movie a lot. It's very fun. It's just very fun. As we can see, I really care about fun movies. But still, Winter Soldier's in the top 3, and that's a very serious one. So Ant-Man is at 5th place right now. So it's Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy, Winter Soldier, Avengers 2, and Ant-Man above Captain America. Now, you can already guess, from this listing, I've already lost most of the audience here. But it's what I like, and you can see where you put it for you, too. But if you put it at last place, you're just being contrarian. Jinx puts it at 6th place between Iron Man and Thor. So she's Winter Soldier number 1, Avengers 1 for 2, Avengers 2 for 3rd, Guardians for 4th, Iron Man for 5th, and Ant-Man at 6th, right above Thor. Alright, so there you go. That's where the rankings are. Next movie's gonna be, I believe it's Civil War. Yep, Civil War. Civil War's next. That is a big one. That's Civil War. I already know it's gonna be number 1. It's a really good movie. I like it a lot. I don't like Zemo. The villain, my least favorite part of this movie, and people love this villain so much. But it's just action figures crashing into each other. That's what this is. This is what people wanted. This is the Batman vs. Superman that people wanted for the Marvel version, and it's just better in every way. It is, we all know, and even if you're a DC fanboy, you have to acknowledge. Kirby nods too. Look, I'm a dude wearing a freaking Final Fantasy shirt. You can say whatever you want right now. But it was better than Batman vs. Superman. A lot of things were better than Batman vs. Superman. Aquaman's better than Batman vs. Superman. So, that right there is... That right there is us watching Ant-Man, and Civil War will be the next one. So let us know what you thought of the Ant-Man movie. Did you like as much as I did? Because I liked it a lot. Did you not? And just really curious what the Edgar Wright version would have been. And what your rankings are. So that right there is the video. I had fun talking. Hope you have fun watching and listening. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? Having fun. Thanks for coming by, and see you next time.